Welcome to Good Mythical More. Let's explore some vintage Coke bottling.
Yes.
Why can't I talk? Because my lip still
What's
hurts.
the coolest bottle?
And I've been lied to by the crew. And we went around our elbow to get to our thumb hole.
Yeah. Oh, please don't do that.
And learn that like patience is a virtue, and that's all you need to not get fizzed. That's what I've learned today.
We can stop. We can end this whole thing now.
No, I
But
want to
first-
find out what's the coolest Coke packaging from the past.
Congratulations to Zeno sporting that merch out in the wild. You're gonna get a $30 mythical.com gift card. What we do is you wear the
Zeno's
mythical
got some
merch
stuff
out
already.
in the wild. You do hashtag merchicality. We find you, and you might be one of the lucky ones who gets selected to get more merch with that $30 gift card. So, congratulations, Zeno. Thanks for being your mythical best.
We've got some interesting stuff to get to. Let's start over here on your side, Retus.
Okay, so starting with, we have this totally perfectly intact set from 1899. I mean, it's just straight
Wow.
from 1899.
That
It's
is-
still in such good shape.
That is
You
cool.
can be rough with it. It doesn't even matter how much we paid for it. We paid $12,342.72. It's an incredible bidding war.
I refuse to be lied to anymore today.
Okay. Actually, this is a reissue from 2007 of the 1899 original bottle. So
it's got an
is this back
embossed.
when they put the stuff in it?
It says, well, let's go back to that timeline. So 1899, the process of bottling Coca-Cola began. 1906, they created a diamond-shaped. Does this get into any of the milk of the poppy?
I don't think that's what,
No information on the milk of the poppy.
that it's not what that particular you talking about, like,
Cocaine was eliminated by 1929.
Miami
I
snow.
I thought that's an
About
opiate.
what?
1929.
Okay, so yes, so back when they bottled this, they were still putting, baby powder in there, and
These are embossed. Property of
property of
Coca-Cola Bottling Company, because they'd wash them. They'd pay you a little scratch, then
So-
they'd wash them and they'd put more Coke in 'em.
the bottle is the thing that was really being advertised. It's like don't forget, this is property of the bottling company. We want this thing back. That is an interesting technique. It's like, but there is something in there. You can have it, and also it'll make you feel energetic.
It's very straight sides, very slim. This is cool.
But is it the
It's
coolest?
capsule. I don't know. Let's take a look at this next one. Now this one is even older. Where is this from?
This is, so scroll down to right there, yes. So this is the antique amber Coca-Cola straight-sided bottle from Toledo, Ohio, circa 1900s and 1919. And this is
It actually says
a
Toledo.
real bottle. So this bottle is over 100 years old. This is not a reissue.
It says Toledo, Ohio, right here.
And Lucas did get, no lie, in a bidding war on eBay. And it got up to $77. And then Lucas just took the other guy out. It got ugly.
He just was like, bam.
Well, he did something on the computer and found out where the guy lived and showed up there and threatened him.
I think you're just saying he outbid him.
He outbid him.
I think that's
what
really
I'm
all
supposed
that
to say.
happened.
He just outbid him.
He just won the
He
won the auction.
It was all legal and it was all on eBay.
So there it is. Yeah, so $77 collector's item, I'll call it. Ours is likely from the period after 1906 when Coke created a diamond-shaped label in an attempt to authenticate their bottles from fraudulent copycats. But the imitators tried to replicate those labels as well.
Now, just think about it for a second. This thing's 100 years old. Somebody from 100 years ago drank out of this thing. There may be some sort of bacteria in here that if I were to drink out of this, I like release it, and I'm the one who starts the next big problem on Earth.
You said
Why
that
do
as
we
if
have
I was the
this?
one before. You did it last time, I'll do it this time. I'm not to blame.
Whoever did the last one.
You guys want to hear a funny
Yeah.
story about that Coke bottle?
I want to hear a funny
I
story.
was walking by Lucas in the parking lot, and he had his head in his phone, and just walking by, and he goes, "Yes!" I said, what happened? You all right? He said, "I just want a Coke bottle." He'd been scouting that thing for a long time.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? It's a good bottle, and it's heavy. Do you notice how heavy it feels? Like
Yeah.
this is old school glass.
Back when we would go out into the woods and just look for stuff, kick up stuff, and find stuff in abandoned houses, there'd be a lot of bottles that would come up out of the ground, like medicine bottles with like little screw tops and Coke bottles and all types of vintage stuff.
I didn't remember catching
Oh
this
yeah,
stuff.
I was fascinated by that crap.
Did you bring it home and put it on your shelf?
No, I thought about it, but I didn't have a satchel to take the stuff back.
You remember the house that was?
But I remember all of those intricate little like medicine.
I think you did
bottles.
that on your own. But do you remember that house that was next to your house that you lived on Gregory Circle? And your house was like the first house in that neighborhood, or one of the first houses. And there was a house that was being built next to your house, and it was just a frame. And of course, just a framed house that was open. It's like a little boy's dream to just go in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, I was already like 6'1". I was 6'4" in 8th grade.
I
So like I was probably
remember.
like 6 feet tall in 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I get into a door frame, and for some reason we were trying to do this thing where we were like jumping up and seeing how many like spins we could do in a row.
Yeah.
And I'm in the door frame, and I jump, and I just hit my head directly on the door frame and collapse.
Yeah, it was bad. It hurt.
I still think about that from time to time.
I mean, how did you not get a concussion from that?
I probably did, man. That's the thing. I've had several.
I know, for real.
What year is it?
It's nothing to be played with. All right, what's this next one we got? This is a diamond
We don't have.
shaped. This is the diamond shaped.
That's what it would have looked like back in the day.
Yeah, to authenticate the bottles.
This is what it would have looked like.
So you think it would have had that on it?
I mean,
I think so. Yeah. This is new. This is a replicate. All right, so let's keep these
but
together.
which one's the coolest so far?
I mean, this oldie.
There's nothing in it though.
This is like a tall, skinny red stripe bottle. You know, it's like,
See if you can get this one in your mouth.
no.
Okay.
Again, I'm not falling for anybody's tricks
Hey.
anymore. And then we get to the classic voluptuous shape.
They call this the contour bottle.
Let's see some information. 1950, the bottle we now know today, referred to as the contour bottle, appeared on the cover of Time magazine.
I remember that episode.
Of Time magazine?
Yeah, I watch.
1950.
I watch it in documentary form now. It's just all slow zooms. Kim Burns did a whole thing. We just went through all the Time magazines and just did slow zooms on all of them, and that was one of my favorite episodes.
But Coke must have been a big deal to be on the cover of freaking magazine. They didn't have a lot to talk about. I mean, no Kardashians way back then.
Right. All you
know?
had was your Coke.
In the late 1950s, Coca-Cola decided to stop embossing the cities of origin on its bottles. That was a big thing. That was a big problem back then. A lot of people with lots of opinions. Met with surprisingly heavy resistance from Coke drinkers who often created games involving the cities. Oh, that's sad.
All those games had to stop. All those fun 1950 games where you played games based on the cities on your bottles. That's how people could get entertained back then. They didn't require a couple of Nimrods to do something on the internet. They just had a bottle with a city on it. And they were like, this is going to be fun.
Fun for days.
This is going to be great.
Hey, did you see the new Time magazine cover?
I'm going to go find an abandoned house.
Beautiful.
I'm going to give myself a concussion. I'm having so much fun.
The next one is a great find. It's a mug
Wow.
that has nothing to do with Coke, but has everything to do with us and you and our relationship.
Wow.
You put hot liquid into this Good Mythical MORE mug, and it reveals this amazing design. It goes all the way around. This is
Crazy, man.
this is a hot poured mug, but then if it gets cool, this all disappears, and all you can read is the Good Mythical MORE.
Here's the interesting thing. If we released that in 1950, it would be on the cover of Time magazine. Like, think about that. Like, we could go back to 1950
I think
and
it
just amaze everybody. We bring this out, and they're like, well, we got to take the Coke off. We've got our cover. These two Nimrods got this. You put hot liquid in there. Do the one cover for the front, one in the front, one in the
Yeah.
back.
This is a great bottle, though.
It's classic.
And then you got this one, which doesn't say anything
Except,
unless you look closely. And then it says
except
the same thing.
Coca-Cola.
says the same thing.
So what do you like better? Do you like it? I like it. I like this one. I like
Embossed?
the classic embossed better than the logo. It's hard to see, and maybe in that shot, but this is like, this reminds me of Mama Nell's house. She had both of these, I think.
And I remember with my papa when I was little, we would we put peanuts in these and we'd drink them and eat the peanuts,
in it.
and then you would return it and you get a 5 cent back. These don't even say. I mean, there's still states where you can do that. This says Rome, California on the bottom. Rome, Georgia. That makes more sense. So they put the name back on it, or maybe that's because it's a replica.
Did you notice that there is a code on the
don't think
bottom
so.
of these bottles? Did
So
you see that? Is that?
Oh, please recycle.
What is that? Is it some sort of code?
Emily, can you hear us?
That's like.
Can you talk
It's
to us?
very braille-like.
This one doesn't have it.
Hey there, how's it going?
Yo,
Hey.
what is the
So-
what is the code?
Yeah, so apparently you can find out like what year they were made after 1916. Apparently they put 4-digit numbers separated by pairs and a dash that identify the bottle mold, which is the first 2 numbers and the year of its manufacture. So if you see 30, it would mean 1930, or
It
50,
really
it
is.
might mean 50. And
It's just raised
Did-
bumps.
They're on
they
these
don't have
too,
the thing on
reissue.
there.
Yeah, well, they're on the reissue ones. They're on anything that's modern.
It should be, but like they could have. I guess they could have stopped doing it.
No. It's on this. It's on this one, and it's on the ones from 2007. Is it on this one?
Nice.
No, it's not on that one. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
I mean, I would have guessed that it's just braille. Like,
On the
this
bottom
is-
of the
this is
bottle?
a regular Coke. No, on the bottom.
The
On
bottom ridge.
This
Ah.
not on the bottom, but on the side towards the bottom.
It says no
Oh,
refill.
cool.
No refill. I don't like a refill. Get out of here.
I don't think you can't return that one. All right, let's not delay the inevitable.
Well, we can't not
Oh, you
talk
took
about
one.
the Daytona 500 2008 50th anniversary of the Daytona 500. Man, you know that 1998 Coke became the official drink of NASCAR?
This one's not going to win, Rhett. Stop even trying. It's a normal bottle, but
But it's the Daytona 500.
yeah,
man.
it's got a race car
Is your
reference.
dad still watching racing?
I'm sure he does. That's not, when I talk to him, that's not the thing that I ask him about. You still watching racing? I'll ask him, okay? And now we got this can from the 1980s. I don't know if you remember the 80s, but whenever you got a can, it would be in a sealed plastic bag.
Yeah, it was weird.
And only half of the drink would still be in there, and a lot of it would just be coming out in the bag.
Right, yeah. It was a grand time.
How much did we pay for this? Do you guys know? We got it on eBay. It's unopened, but it's leaking. That's why it's
Yeah,
in
I
the
hope
can.
Lucas wasn't too proud of himself when
So-
he won that bidding war.
So this is a 1980 can of Coke that leaks.
And that's just regular Coke. That's because it looks. I would have told you that was new Coke, based on the logo.
Well, you can't see it, but like right here it says Coca-Cola, and then here it says Coke.
Because didn't they
So
bring
there
new
was
Coke out when they did the new Coke logo?
There was a point when they were synonymous, I think. Coca-Cola and Coke, same thing. Apparently in the 80s. And then at some point, I believe in the 80s, they branched off and Coke became New Coke.
Wild times, man.
Yeah, it was
$25.
it was a
That's
crazy time
$25
in the world of
Hey,
beverages.
be careful with that. Handle that gently, man. You might have to.
I mean, this is not too special. I'm actually thinking that the elongated red stripe is really cool, but nothing beats this.
Nothing beats this. in
Nothing
my
beats
mind.
this right here.
Except this.
Well, you heard it definitively here today, folks.
This is my pick.
Put this on the cover of Time
That's
magazine.
Red's pick.
We're bringing the heat with our newest mug, the GMM Heat Activated Mug with an image that changes when you add hot liquid. Get it now at mythical.com.